Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. For those that are new, my name is Nelly. Today, we're going to be talking about the things that you say to your daughter before they even get married. You know, seeing your daughter getting married is one of the most important moments, but it's also the most difficult thing and probably not the easiest to deal with. But as a parent, you need to let go. We bring up children, we nurture them, but one day they'll eventually go and start their own family. So it's very important to give those blessings to your daughter because every mother and daughter relationship is unique. So the message that you give to your daughter should be tailored by your bond and your shared experiences. So here's my advice that you can give to your daughter before she even gets married. One of the things that you should tell your daughter is not to expect their partner to be perfect, because nobody is perfect. If your daughter goes into that marriage with the hope that she wants everything to be perfect and she wants her partner to make her happy, then she'll be miserable. Sometimes we expect people to make us happy and we have those high expectations, and yet this person thinks they are making you happy because that's what they can give out, and you're expecting more than what they're giving. So your daughter also has to have that self-discovery before they even bring somebody else into their space. They should make sure that they know what they want. They have to feel ready to be married and they're fulfilled with what they have achieved before they even bring someone into their space. Because sometimes when you enter a marriage and you haven't fulfilled what you want to do, you may find it difficult in the marriage because maybe your husband wants to have children immediately and you want to complete that certain degree. So that is why self-discovery is very important before you bring someone into your space. Make sure your daughter is quite fulfilled with her singleness and she's ready to be married, because sometimes you don't get a chance of being single and enjoying your space. You haven't even discovered yourself, what you like and what you don't like. And now you have to get to know this person and you don't know you. And the next point to give to your daughter or the person that's getting married is they are there to become their spouse helper. They become the pillar of their home and to help the family. They have to consider their family first before even their needs. What I mean is your family will want your help and you eventually become the superwoman. You have to know where everything is. Like your husband would be asking you where this and that is, maybe where his socks are or his shirt is, and your children as well. Basically, you just become a mother to everyone. Even though you're a mother to everyone, doesn't mean that you become a mother to your husband. You're still a wife. Don't start drawing curfews to your husband what time they need to come back home. As much as you're concerned about him, but don't start mothering him, like controlling his sense of dressing, even though some men enjoy that, but you have to study what your man likes. So as a helper as well, you need to work the home budget together and discuss who's paying for what. If your husband is the type that wants to pay for everything, let him do so, but also pay for one or two things as well so that you don't overload him with family expenses. And the next point is, when God blesses you with children, never give too much attention to your children and you start neglecting your husband, because you were with your husband before these children came by. So now when you start neglecting him and you put too much attention to your children, you will feel neglected and he becomes lonely too. And you'll start going out there and spending more time with his friends because you are not giving him all the attention. Your attention is now on the children. I know when you start having children, you start putting all your energy on the children without even being aware that you're neglecting your husband. Give him some responsibilities when it comes to the children in order for him to enjoy being a parent as well. And even little things. Another point to mention is when something is bothering you, talk about it. I know we women, we expect our husbands to be mind readers. What if they are also occupied with their own issues as well and they can't see that you are angry and you are frowning with the hope that he will see that you're angry, and when he asks you, you say you're okay. Don't say you're okay when you're not okay. Talk about it there and there and deal with the situation so that he's aware the things that you don't like as well that are irritating you. Make sure he's aware in the beginning of the relationship while you guys are still getting to know each other. And the next point is when there is a misunderstanding and your husband is angry, try to understand his point of view. Don't keep proving that you are right. Maybe you are right, it's okay, but try to listen as well his point of view. Because maybe there's just a slight misunderstanding there. Don't try to be equal to him. Just apologize. If you know you're wrong, then apologize. There's nothing wrong in apologizing, especially if you know you're wrong. That will ease the tension. Sometimes it's better to explain your point of view when there's no tension. It's not always about being right and to prove to the next person that you're right. There are some things that are meant to be said when there's no tension, and they're better understood that way. And the next point to tell your daughter is to get to know what food he likes. If he knows how to prepare his own favorite meal, let him teach you. Or even better, if you get along with your mother-in-law, ask his mother-in-law to teach you. This also helps you to bond with your mother-in-law as well, because you are his wife. And another point that you should discuss with your daughter is when it comes to marriage, it's not a competition. Marriage should be a safe space, not a competition, especially if you earn more than your husband. Sometimes women have to prove themselves to their husband that they can afford, and they make everything a competition instead of a partnership. Even men as well do that. Remember, at the end of the day, he's the head of the family. So don't play that role of being the head of the family. Otherwise, this marriage will head for disaster. Don't become a critic as well. That's the next point. That's very common when it comes to marriages as well. Once you become a critic, then you're damaging the relationship. Nobody wants to be criticized all the time. No matter how perfect you think it should be done, correct someone in a polite way, because maybe they're not even used to things being done this way. Because remember, you're from different backgrounds. You were taught differently. Even if you didn't intend to do so, find a simple way of communicating with him. So as a helpmate, you're just his advisor and not a critic. And the next point is to take care of yourself. There's some women, once they get married, they start letting go of themselves. They're in pajamas the whole day, watching TV with dishes lying in the sink. Maintain yourself so that you don't give him a chance to start looking at other women. There are some married couples that are still living a single life. Nobody knows their whereabouts. They can just decide to go on a weekend without telling their spouse. Honestly, I can say being an honest wife is very important. Your husband needs to know your whereabouts. Even when you decide to go and visit your parents, let him know that you've gone to visit your parents. Every marriage is different and it needs to be nurtured. You need to nurture your marriage. There's a proverb that says a woman can build her home and a foolish woman can tear it down with her very own hands. So what woman are you going to become? What wife are you going to become? You can either build your home or tear it down. So if you're going to hang out with your friends and forget that you've got a husband and children at home and spend time with your friends, you're slowly tearing down your home. If you've got a misunderstanding between you and your husband, talk about it. Don't go to your parents and tell them what happened. Because tomorrow they won't be able to look at your husband the way they looked at him before. And lastly, as a parent, don't tell your daughter that if your husband is mistreating you, I will deal with them. Let her sort out her own issues in her own way. If she feels that she's no longer safe in that marriage, then she should speak out and shouldn't be quiet about that. Because abuse can lead to death if it's left unsolved. Sometimes as parents, we tend to keep quiet even though we can see what's going on. And that may lead to death, and it will be too late. And lastly, express your happiness to your daughter with regards to your new journey in life. Your blessings are very important when it comes to a marriage. So thank you for watching and see you in the next video. God bless you.